Paintball from Foxhound Woodsball, coming to you from Fort Lauderdale, and as you can see, I'm wearing a ghillie suit. Now, this ghillie suit, as you can see, is as basic as anyone can get. You can get this thing for fairly cheap at any hunting shop, any military surplus shop. It's basically a mesh-like material in a digital pattern with the jute stuff actually stitched on here. So, as you can see where the digicam is and all the string. It's been clumped up. This thing's been used a lot. My brother actually used this on a hunting trip to High Springs several years ago. We've used it in a few paintball games, and as you can see, this thing has its drawbacks because this is all around ghillie. You can't work with it. It's not flexible enough to work with a tack rig if you're running a airline through here, and you have to open this thing up in order to access your magazines, access your pods if you're a operator, as they like to be called. Now, with this isn't bad, but you could do a whole lot better. Now, talking about snipers and everything, a little fun fact: any military sniper school, whether it's Army, Marine Corps, or Special Operations sniper courses, will not allow a student sniper to purchase a ghillie suit. They have to make it with whatever they can get their hands on. And this comes to our latest project. We're ghillieing up, and we're doing it tactically. We're doing it to be more flexible. And with that being said, we're going to learn a few things. Now, one of the basis for a ghillie suit, you can use BDUs, you can use a boonie hat, you can use a jumpsuit. One of the bases that you need is a net. Now, you could buy cargo netting, you can buy camo netting, you can buy whatever kind of netting. Me, I opted to make my own net. Now, this is a first crude attempt I tried that I decided to keep around purely for the purposes of this video. This is a technique that I learned in reading the book and watching the video, Ultimate Sniper by Major John Plaster, a retired Special Forces operator who specializes now in teaching sniper tactics to military and law enforcement. If you guys like, I'll leave you a link to the Ultimate Sniper website. You can check that out, ultimatesniper.com. And I'll leave a link or add notation in this video. And now we're going to be moving on to making the net. So we'll be right back right after this. Okay, now what I'm doing right now is constructing the netting for my ghillie suit project, and the way I did it was I got a cardboard box here, though you can use a wooden board and a couple nails, but the point is you want to have it taut. So for this I'm using some push pins here on each one of the corners, so that way the net is taut enough for me to work it, yet I also have a little extra on string to compensate for how I'm tying the net, such as making these little grids doing a simple overhand knot, tying one strand to the other, so that way it creates the grid, and that way when that's done you can just tie the strands of jute, burlap, and even natural vegetation into this net, so that way it effectively breaks up your outline and allows you to remain hidden when you're stalking through the woods or jungle environments and everything like that. And give me a couple minutes as I complete this, and we'll be back in a flash. Okay, now we're back, and as you can see, this is synthetic jute. It's also, or burlap, depending upon what you prefer. Now, this is the stuff that's tied into this netting here that I'm using. Now, I know this isn't exactly the most perfect net ever. You could buy netting to do this stuff, but it kind of takes away from the sense of pride in making something. Keep in mind, a ghillie suit for any self-respecting sniper is a labor of love. So, now we have the net, we're going to start tying these strands into the netting, and that's going to make the ghillie suit. Now this is going to be one of those time-consuming things. You want to do it strand by strand, yet you want to leave enough of this netting to tie in natural vegetation if and when you need it, but still have enough of this stuff to break up your outline. Now let me start doing that, and we'll be back in a flash. Okay, now we're back, and as you can see, I've been working on this the better part of my day today. Now, in order to really do this right, what I like doing is taking a strand of the ghillie material, which in this case is a synthetic jute, as I probably mentioned earlier. I like taking it in various colors. You could do this in any color combination you like between the various shades of green, browns, and khakis, depending upon the environment you're operating in. I like to take it like this. Loop it, then fit one end into the net, and basically it's kind of like an overhand knot almost. And this way, if you need to down the road, if you move to a different place, you could change the jute on this thing to suit the environment you're playing in. Though this is more, I would say this is more of a semi-permanent thing, because the time it takes to strip all this stuff down and put new burlap or jute on this is time-consuming, laborious, so better off buying it in different sets and doing different styles of ghillie if you're going to be looking at doing a ghillie suit project. Me personally, I took my boonie hat I got from Rap 4. As you can see, because of the band around here, give me 1 second, let me grab a better boonie hat to explain this. Okay, my ACU boonie hat as a good example. My Woodland, my ACU, my Tiger Stripe boonie hats have this rim around here. A lot of soldiers would take stuff like this and they'd tie in the natural vegetation in their area if they're doing an ambush or something to that effect. In my case, we're using it as a ghillie suit. Now, the wide brim allows you to keep the ghillie material out of your face. At the same time, you've got enough of the stuff to ensure that you've got full camo concealment. Now, with that being said, you're still actually building and developing your ghillie, as you can see from here. This is the back of it, apparently. Now, flipping it over, I set this up and tied it in using some twine here, tying the string in to the ghillie and tying it here to add for a secure fit. This way, you're still able to do this, your sniper stuff, yet keep this net attached to the hat. Some people use zip ties. Either way, it's mainly operator preference as far as that goes, so I'll leave you to your own devices on that. Other than that, your ghillie is pretty much, in this case, it's like almost like a cape or a veil. Enough to protect yourself, but at the same time, there's enough material in here to break up your outline. The more cluttered it looks, the better. But you don't want to put too much on here, so that way it interferes with your ability to see or your ability to tie in natural vegetation for said activities. That's really the whole purpose behind it. Now, give me a couple minutes. As I finish this up, I'll give you a further demonstration of this in just a moment. Now, as you can see, I'm fully set up for a sniper slash reconnaissance style mission. As you can see, I'm covered in the sniper material. So if I'm doing any type of sneaking, or if I've got to crawl, get down real low, I can. And I'm using the addition of this mesh material sniper scarf, so that way it covers up the paint job on my mask. But another added benefit of doing this, aside from having your head, neck, and shoulders protected and concealed by the ghillie material, because I've also got the mesh sniper scarf on my mask, I can easily raise the mesh up so that way it covers up my mask. Well, actually the mask blends even more, so that way it also cuts down on the glare, and I'm also able to see out of here through these little grids in here. Now I'm able to fully snipe and unleash all kinds of hell on the opposition. Now, with that being said, this is a full sniper setup, but it goes beyond sniping. And let me take this off for a second. Now, as I was saying, this goes well beyond sniping. It can be used for reconnaissance missions. It can be used for ambush. Anything where a player needs to be concealed from the opposition and have a greater deal of stealth without the weight of a full-blown ghillie suit. That's the kind of setup you want. And at the same time, you also have access to your magazines or your pods if you're running either a mag fed like this MK7, or if you're running Alpha Black or whatever. With that being said, you've got a full setup of equipment to work with for your various sniper activities, as well as your camo needs. Now, on a personal note, yes, the rules on paintball fields are there for a reason, and this isn't exactly circumventing rules or breaking rules, but it's more of a loophole in a lot of ways, because you're not wearing a full ghillie suit, but you still have something that is gillied that still makes it fair, but at the same time you're concealed and you're still able to kick some ass. Now, for a written version of this video, check out outerheavenpaintball.blogspot.com. I will post a link in the description to this video. Anyway, this is Big Boss, and I'm out of here.